Hello, welcome to another video. I am on the Sunshine Coast. We came over here a couple days ago just to enjoy a change of scenery and get some new sniffs for Frank while he's between appointments for bandage changes. But it's been a week since he came home from surgery. He's doing really well. We're going to spend a lot of time with him later in this video. But for now, I decided I needed to do something nice for myself, something for my well-being, physical, emotional, and that meant coming for a walk out here. And that's because this afternoon is relatively dry. I mean, it's raining, I'm very wet, but it's gonna rain way harder the next few days apparently, so this is like a dry rain compared to what might ensue. This, where I've walked to, is called Skookumchuck Narrows. So it's the ocean, and it's tiny narrows in a long inlet. So with the tides, it creates very fast currents and sometimes a big standing wave. I did not research when the optimal time to come here is. I just came when I was done with a slow morning with Frank. So yeah, it felt amazing to get out walking and just be in the rainforest. The rainforest to me is especially nice when it's raining and you get the sound of the rain. You get the sound of the water dripping off the trees, the water flowing, and everything is just so bold and lush, and it's really beautiful. So I had a nice walk out here. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang out here for a while and watch the birds. And then the goal is just to get back to the van with enough time to get out to a rec site before dark. Ideally, that would be nice, because I had a bit of a nerve-wracking back road situation last night where the one I took on a whim suddenly got very, very steep and very, very loose, and then I had to back way down it in the pouring rain at night because there's nowhere to turn around. So I'm going to try to avoid that tonight. So I mentioned there's a standing wave that forms, and so the kayakers come out here and surf, play in the wave, and the boat traffic goes through at slack tide because the Narrows is very dangerous. And yeah, I think there's like some hidden hazards and rocks below. It's been a while since I've come out here. Last time I remember there being like seals or sea lions or something. And of course Frank was with me then. But yeah, it's nice. The park has a rack here for the kayakers to store their boats. And then as per sign, all personal items must be in your kayak. Keep them from flying away, I guess. There's an info sign right there, and it has reminded me that these are among some of the fastest tidal currents in the world, reaching 16 knots, 30 kilometers per hour, and the standing wave can be as big as 2 meters tall. Yeah. So I packed rather optimistically for this hike. I was really hoping that I would get here and the rain would completely stop and there would be like some seals or sea lions doing fun things. So I brought my tripod, I brought my telephoto lens and my camera. This backpack is mostly waterproof. It's waterproof enough for a day like today, so I feel fine having my camera gear in here. It is the one I took on the PCT. It is a Hyperlight mountain gear. And I really like it because it has good straps for being a day pack. And this outside pouch makes everything super handy. So I have like my headlamp and my InReach, which I always have with me. But it'll fit stuff to go for like a week backpacking. So it's a really great versatile backpack. And I've put a lot of miles on it. And highly recommend them. I do have a link below if you're looking to shop. I don't have a discount, but I do earn a little kickback. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff in here for today. It probably weighs like 20 pounds. So I have all my camera gear, and then I have all my emergency gear and stuff like that. And I have water. I have water. It's the only thing I'm going to use that's in this backpack. Oh yeah. And yes, I do have Element in here right now. I have the watermelon flavor, which is so good. And I wasn't actually going to put a sponsor in this video, but I might as well. This video is sponsored by Drink Element, which I'm a huge fan of. Element has a science-backed blend of electrolytes, and aside from being really tasty, one of the reasons I'm a huge fan is that there's nothing like artificial in it. There's no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. It's not with gluten or corn or soy or anything like that, which makes it compatible with pretty much any sort of way of eating out there, including vegan, keto, and things like that. And electrolytes play a vital role in the body, like serving so many different functions, which is why they're essential to replace whenever you're working up a sweat. I definitely worked up a sweat today. I got so used to it being really cold out, staying in the north a long time, and then having some cold snaps down here. And so today feels really warm, and under this raincoat, like I am just so dewy and wet. So there's really no point wearing a raincoat because I'm wet underneath anyways. But yeah, it's great to take a little break, drink some water, hydrate properly, and know that yeah, I'm not going to have any sort of like cramping or headache because I lost electrolytes on today's hike. So that feels great. And if you want to give Element a try, you go to drinklmnt.com/tidelinetoalpine and make a purchase. You're going to get the sample pack included, which I don't have on me, but I'm going to put it on the screen right here. And the sample pack includes all 8 flavors, so you can see which one you'd like to try next or share with a friend. One of the best things about Element is that they have a no hassle money back guarantee. So if you give it a try and you don't like it, just contact them. Their customer service is amazing. They will refund you. You don't have to send the product back. But I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. I've had tons of great feedback in the comments below. So once again, that is drinklmnt.com/tidelinetoalpine. Make a purchase, get the sample pack. No matter how many purchases you've made before, you can get the sample pack with every purchase. So if you're a repeat user, come back, use the link. It really does help support the channel. But with that said, I'm going to pack away my camera and I'm going to hustle back to the van so that I'm not out here after dark. Although I have a headlamp, I'm prepared. It'll be fine. But I'll see you back at the van with Frank. Home sweet home. Get in here. I did manage to make it out to camp and select a site before dark. We have a nice view. Most of the sites are in the trees. Not that it matters because I'm probably going to be inside all day tomorrow. It is supposed to rain very super hard and I kind of hope it does, but I did park so that I have the view out my side window so I can just see from hanging out in bed tomorrow. Yeah, I was pretty wet by the time we got back here, by the time I was done my hike, and I had taken off my jacket and then was like outside a bunch scoping out sites, which one I wanted to choose. So it felt good to strip down, crank the heater, get dry and put on cozy clothes, and then feed myself and Frank. I had this can of refried beans floating around for a while that I was really craving. So I had it on some kind of stale Wassa crackers with some salad dressing, and it was surprisingly tasty. But then I tried the refried beans on celery, and that was incredible. It was so good. I didn't heat up the beans or anything. I just scooped them out of the can. And now I've heated up some soup, some white bean and kale soup from basically a can. And yeah, I just really haven't been in the mood lately to make a whole production out of cooking, make it this whole ordeal and do recipes and put together a bunch of ingredients. I've been just really into simple, effortless. That's it. Simple, effortless. I'm gonna eat a pound of strawberries later tonight and a pint of blueberries as my evening snacking. And yeah, it's just simple. It's just easy. And, you know, sometimes I'm really into cooking and getting fancy, spending a couple hours making dinner, and sometimes I'm not. And lately, I am not. You can't see, but Frank is right here sleeping next to me. And we're just going to have a cozy night. And then I have a pretty fun day planned for tomorrow. I'm really excited. Frank has no idea what's coming, but I've stocked up on all sorts of good things for him. I've been squirreling away, something he's going to be very happy about. And yeah, we're just going to have fun inside. You want to go outside, bud? I am so happy to be camping here. I've only had one vehicle drive by today. It's been really quiet. It was actually forecasted for 40 to 50 mils of rain, and it's only rained a tiny bit later this afternoon. It is now almost evening, so this is most definitely decaf, just for vibes. But I got up and it wasn't raining, and the lake was so calm and flat, and it was really pretty. So I got super into like taking photos, taking a bunch of videos of it, and then I decided that I might as well just take this opportunity to fly my drone because the footage would be amazing, and that went wrong. I had my drone hovering around the treetops so it could connect to satellites to get a home location because I didn't want the home location over the lake for obvious reasons. And as soon as it connected to the home location, it just shot itself sideways at high speed into a tree where it now lives, upside down in a branch. And yeah, I have no way to get it down, and I just watched it run out of battery, and it's there. It's there in the tree. So I do have coverage for it because it was a flyaway, so hopefully that will go smoothly. Anyways, I wasn't going to let that ruin a perfectly nice day. So I spent the next few hours with my camera and just filming just all sorts of stuff. I took so many different shots of my van. I just love taking pictures of my van from all different angles, different framing. I just really enjoy it. And I watched the clouds swirl around, and I filmed the clouds swirling around, and I filmed the water on the lake for my ambient channel, and I filmed more clouds swirling because why not? I just couldn't resist. And yeah, I had a great time. I had a really great time just taking photos and videos and just walking around to get different shots. And spent a lot of time with my camera in the doorway here filming so it could stay dry while it was raining on the lake. That was pretty neat. So yeah, it is almost dark out now, and I kind of wish it would rain properly, but either way, I have some festivities planned for tonight. I would have started earlier if it was raining, but then it was a nice day to be outside and to have the doors open. So hopefully Frank is going to be down for them because I've never done this in the van. We're going to be building a blanket fort. Well, I will. Frank won't be involved. He'll just have to cooperate with some back and forth between this bed and the back station so I can get access to the blankets that are currently under him so we can build a fort and hang out and camp in the van because I had a totally different January planned. January just did not go as planned. I had places I wanted to take Frank camping. I was going to be able to wheel him to and sleep in the tent, and I just had just a different January that didn't involve being in Squamish and dealing with vet appointments all month, but that's what happened, and Frank's future is going to be better for it. So I'm not upset about it, but that is part of why I made this effort to get out to the Sunshine Coast while he's between bandage changes, and that is why I'm going to be building us a blanket fort so we can have some fun camp vibes in the van. I got Frank some special treats. I got him a new toy. He's sleeping, so I'm whispering. And hopefully he's going to be really excited about it, and we're just going to have like a fun evening together. So the first step of this is going to be deconstructing the bed, because I really need one of my thin blankets in the sheet. They're the biggest I have, which will be essential for the plan I have in mind. But I gotta get Frank back here, and for that he prefers my help because this is like a big gap for him these days. Come on, bud, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Good boy. Come on. It's gonna be worth it in the end. There you go. Okay. Do you sniff that treat bag? Is that why you went back there so easily? Yeah, that's fine. You're gonna get lots soon. Okay, where do I begin? Let's get the pillows out of the way for now. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. Okay, so what I really need is, I'm gonna move this. We need to move, basically we need to move everything off the bed. These two are going to be key for construction. This is going to be our floor. Oh yeah, so good. I can hear you breathing, Frank. I know you're alive back there. You have not been forgotten. So I have a few tools with this. I'm going to use this long piece of cordelette, and then I have some lights because the blankets are going to block out a lot of that lighting. So, but before I do that, I'm going to get Frank back here. I've rebuilt his spot because he is just there breathing heavy at me. I don't know, it's so comfortable, but he doesn't like to be there. He likes to be here on the same space as me all the time. So sorry, Frank. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I'm excited. I hear your little tail going. Yeah, we're gonna make we are making it. Tuck that in there. Hi. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna get better. Don't worry. It's gonna get better. Oh wow, this one is almost big enough to do the whole thing. I wasn't expecting that. This is a king size blanket, and I've had it for years. I've never owned a king size bed, but I've had this for years, and when you double it over, it works perfectly in the van. I'm gonna need you to move back though. We're gonna bring that. This is slightly more awkward than I was expecting, but it is a tiny space, so we're gonna clip that there. Okay. So I'm gonna just use a clove hitch on this, put it on the blanket like that. Should work. Here we go. I can just tie it in over here. Okay, I need one more carabiner. Just clip it. There we go. Heck yes. I have this old string light, and it only works if it's plugged in, so I don't really use it. But I think it'll be really good for these purposes, because it's dark in here. Let's see if this works. Yes, we have light. Thanks, Frank. Come on, buddy. I know. We're just having a silly time. time. We're having a silly time. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We also have this light. I thought I was going to need this green blanket and this pink sheet. And now that I've got this all installed, I'm wondering if it would be better just to use the pink sheet because it would be lighter. And it might give like cozier vibes. So I've decided that I want to see how it is with the pink sheet. So I'm going to take this down. I'm going to put the pink sheet up and then we'll make a decision how we want to spend the rest of the night. Okay, I have switched to the pink. It is much better. I put down a light colored blanket just to make it brighter in here. But the vibes are much better in pink than they were in green. Green was kind of sickly, hey Frank? Do you like the new digs, Frank? I got some treats coming your way. Yep. So I could close up that end if I want, but I have to get through to get stuff. And I did design it so we could get out the door easily, just in case of an emergency. I didn't want us to be like too trapped in the blanket for it, but also with this wall extending over, if I turn on the heater, it will heat this space. And then, yeah, we can still use the heater because Frank is missing lots of fur, so he needs to stay warm. And we're gonna hang out now. Hi. We're camping, Frank. This is our camping trip for January. We had to cancel all other camping trips. But future camping will be more fun because of the sacrifice, but this is a nice consolation prize. What do you think? Yeah, as long as you get treats. I got you a new toy too. Yeah, I got you a new toy. Yes! High five! So when you've lived in a van for 10 years, you have to get creative if you want to experience tiny living, because it has to be smaller than what you're used to. Otherwise, it doesn't feel tiny. Van life doesn't feel tiny anymore, so here we are experiencing tiny living. My van actually feels really spacious. So this is a fun change. This is kind of like what my minivan was like. Maybe I had like a slightly more headroom, but not much. Anyways, I got Frank a bunch of treats. It's so cute. This is so much fun. It's so important to have fun and to play, even as you get older. I'm gonna be 39 in a couple weeks, and I don't feel like it. I do not feel like a middle-aged woman. I mean, sometimes my body does, but mentally I don't. And I love playing and having fun and laughing and just letting as much joy as possible be experienced. Especially during tough times. I think laughter and joy and a positive attitude is so crucial to healing. And, you know, maybe this isn't like tons of fun for Frank, but I know that him being around me having lots of fun is also good for him. We're just going to keep the spirits high. He is always in a good mood when I'm laughing and giggling, so this will be a fun time. We're going to hang out. We're going to do dinner. Like I said, toys. I don't know, just snuggle, read, maybe do a little movie. I feel like a blanket fort kind of calls for a movie. So we'll see. We got all night. And yeah, it's raining a little bit, but not as hard as I was kind of hoping for. Hi. Did you enjoy your treat? Did you have such a nummy treat? Did you have such a nummy treat? There you go. It's a little soupier than normal. I'm sorry. And for myself for dinner, I've just heated up a can of lentil soup because it's easy. And then I have some fruit to eat later while we're doing a movie. But my hair is gonna be very hard to brush tomorrow. Just like keep rubbing it on the top. It's a little hot. This is actually a lot more fun than I expected, but I'll eat and then update you on Frank and his recovery process. Would taste even better in a blanket fort than normal. I got a Frankie update for you. He's been home for 8 days now since his surgery. They took a lot more fur than I was expecting. I was not expecting them to shave so far up his leg, but he has a little incision on his knee, and that's because they did a bone graft into his ankle when they put the plate in. And so he's had his bandage changed once, and when they did, I was able to look at his foot and there's no swelling. The incision site is super clean, super calm looking. There's no discernible bruising. So he's doing as awesome as anyone could expect him to do. And so yeah, he's been resting well. He came off the second painkiller a couple days ago and he adjusted fine. He hasn't been crying. It was quite like sedating, so he's been more alert. He's been wanting to play with me. He's been asking for more treats, so I've just been giving him all of that when he wants. And yeah, he's doing great. He's walking around really well, as you know, as far as he's allowed to at this point. He has an 8-week plan for recovery. He'll get the bandage changed in a few days. When we leave the Sunshine Coast, we have an appointment for him to get it changed. Oh, I guess that's not for like another 4 days. And then when the 8 weeks are up, we go in for x-rays again. So he'll have to be sedated for that x-rays. So that will be another big cost. And then the bandage change is like $50 every time. So it's not a cheap process, but the biggest expenses are behind us, like the consultation, the first x-ray, the surgery. And yeah, and it's going well and he's happy. And I got him a new toy. I got him this squirrel. There's a squeaker here and a squeaker in here, I think. And a crinkly tail. Well, this would be good for those ASMR people. Yeah, so he's gonna get that. And I also have a peanut butter jar that needs looking at. I've been saving for him, so I think he wants this first. So we're just gonna play for a while, continue to treat Frank, take that sticker off before he eats it. And then I think we're gonna watch some Hobbit movies, because we watched all the Lord of the Rings at Christmas time, and I've started watching the Hobbit movies. Yeah, I will share updates as we go through this process of his recovery, but it's actually a really great time of year to be doing this because it's raining a lot and he doesn't want to be outside anyways. And if all goes well, he'll be healed up in time for spring playing and swimming and stuff like that he wouldn't be able to do if his foot was always wrapped up with open wounds. So yeah, it's really great. I feel like it was really meant to be, given that the snowstorm just allowed everything to unfold really quickly. And yeah, we're making the best of it. We're staying positive. We're having fun, feeling all the love. So thank you for all your just amazing comments and support. It has been very touching and very much appreciated from both of us.
Why now, Candle? I don't understand. Ring reds have been... I warned you. Did I not warn you what would come of dealing with dwarves? Now they've done it. They've woken the dragon. They've brought the apocalypse upon our heads.
Thank you for joining us on another adventure and for our blanket fort silliness. I really appreciate you watching all the way through to the end. I got another Sunshine Coast adventure coming at you in the next one. Until then, I hope you have a great time. Got a cute clip of Frank to send you off on your way, and I'll see you soon.